I'm Joel Parry, and this is Tab, the truth always boomer. Elizabeth Warren is dishonest and misrepresents Medicare For All with her lies to the American people last night during the debate. So let's pull the tab on that and see what happens.
Very top, the richest individuals and the biggest corporations are going to pay more, and middle-class families are going to pay less. That's how this is going to work.
Direct question. You said middle-class families are going to pay less, but will middle-class taxes go up to pay for the program? I know you believe that the deductibles and the premiums will go down. Will middle-class taxes go up? Will private insurance be eliminated?
I'll answer that for you because Liz Warren is not going to answer it. She's going to just dance around that question. Yep, the middle class will pay more, premiums will go up, taxes will go up, private insurance will be eliminated, and so will existing Medicare.
Families have to deal with is cost, total cost. That's what they have to deal with. And understand, families are paying for their health care today.
Correct, Ms. Warren. People are paying for their health care today. And they're going to continue to pay for it because health care is a service. It's not free. The question is, just how much will they have to pay? Well, let's assume, for the sake of argument, that there will be no new taxes and that you will fund the Medicare fund at the same rate it's being funded now. So all the American wage earners will continue paying into Medicare and Social Security and all that kind of stuff at the same rate they're doing now. So, what does that leave us with? That leaves us with only one other way to pay for this. And you can call it a tax, a levy, a duty, a contribution, a charge, a fee, a liability, or a premium, or whatever you want to call it. Somebody's going to have to foot the bill for your lunatic plan. It's just who will that be and how much will that be? Since the liberals won't tell you how much this lame brain scheme is going to cost, I'll tell you. So let's look at some real numbers, shall we? Well, I guess Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders didn't graduate from the 5th grade because they can't do math. So here are the real, factual numbers. The average cost of Medicare with Parts A, B, a Medicare Advantage plan or a Medigap plan, plus a drug plan is about $312 per month. And that's about what your average 65-year-old person gets. This is the average plan that they have. Costs them $312 per month. And they're covered for Part A is hospital, Part B is other medical costs, and the Advantage plan or the Medigap plan covers the remaining 20% because A and B only cover 80%, and the drug plan is added in there, which costs about $32 a month. Now, according to Bing, the Medicare program is the second largest social insurance program in the U.S. with 59.9 million beneficiaries and a total expenditures of $741 billion in 2018. Remember those numbers. It's really as simple as 5th grade math. There are approximately 320 million people in the United States and 59,900,000 people are on Medicare. So 320 million people divided by 59,900,000 people equals 5.3. 320 million is 5.34 times greater than 59.9 million people. So, more 5th grade math, that gives us, for 59.9 million people, existing Medicare costs 59.9 million people times $312 per month equals 18,688,800,000. You take that number and times it by 12 or multiply it by 12 for a year, you get $224,265,600,000 in premiums per year, plus the $741 billion in disbursements per year. Add those two numbers up and you get $965,265,600,000. And that leaves us with this. For 59.9 million people, Medicare costs $965,265,600,000 per year. For 320 million people, Medicare will cost 5.34 times as much. So, 965,265,600,000 times 5.34 equals $5,154,518,304. And since there are only 157 million people who work and or have an income in the United States, you can check that number out, it's very accurate. That leaves us with this 5th grade math equation. $5,154,518,304,000 divided by 157 million people who earn an income or have a paycheck or money to pay for this ridiculous plan equals $32,831 per year, or $2,736 per month. Get your wallets out, everybody. Okay, all you bleeding heart liberals out there that want to vote for Liz Warren, if you think health care is a right, here's how much it's going to cost you. To have your right to health care, it's going to cost you $2,736 a month, or $32,831 a year. But don't worry. Liz Warren says the wealthy people and the giant companies are going to pay for this. So let's check that out, shall we?
And the answer is on Medicare for All. Costs are going to go up for wealthier individuals, and costs are going to go up for giant corporations. But for hardworking families across this country, costs are going to go down, and that's how it should work.
Well, that's how it should work, but that's not how it's going to work. In this country, 6% of the population are millionaires, so I consider those wealthy people. So 6% of 157 million who are the wage earners, or the people with money, is 9,420,000. That's the wealthy. Then Mr. Google says there are 585 billionaires in the United States. Stay with me. I'm getting to a point here. And since Ms. Warren never defines her terms in this regard as far as giant companies, what is a giant company? So since she won't define her terms, I'll define it. And I defined it as a company with 1,000 or more employees. And there are 12,500 of those in the United States. So here we go with the 5th grade math again. If you add up the millionaires, the billionaires, and the giant companies, you get 9,433,085. I'm going to round that up to 10 million. Oh look, more 5th grade math. You remember that 5 trillion number earlier in the video? Well, I rounded it down to 5 trillion divided by 10 million equals $500,000. So, every millionaire, billionaire, and giant company will have to fork over to Uncle Sam every year a nice fat check for $500,000. Can you see all those millions and millions and millions of people who worked hard all their lives and just earned their millionth dollar, now having to sign over a check for $500,000 to the government? Yeah, that'll go over big, won't it? Can you see McDonald's forking over a check every year so all the crack whores in New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles can have health care? Yep, that'll go over real big too, won't it? Well, here's the numbers. How's all this money going to be divvied up? Who's paying for what? You know what's going to happen. The American middle class are going to get screwed. That's what's going to happen. So, if you want to get screwed, vote for Elizabeth Warren. There's no way that these people in unions who just signed these very nice benefit packages, or people on Medicare, are going to give that up so they can, pay $32,831 per year. No, that ain't happening. And to all you bleeding heart liberals out there who want the government to give you all kinds of free stuff, if you want free Medicare for all, vote Democrat, and they'll give you free health care for $32,831 a year. Not only is it a stupid plan, it's a scam. It's just a political talking point. It's a promise that can't be kept. Well, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. You know the drill. Subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. Would be greatly appreciated. More news later. Take care, and as always, be safe.